Welcome. This session is quite important because we're going to be communicating all the relevant information that you need to have, right? So I'm still waiting for the comments so that I know that you can hear me. Thank you, Mr. Victor, founder Secure Part. Thank you for your presence. Thank you. Okay, so I can see Hashim, Abuja. I can see also Plateau, Abdul Kadri, if I'm getting it right. It keeps moving fast. Right, so welcome. And I also want to encourage that you take advantage of this. It's really a lot putting this together, right? And I want you to actually take advantage of this. Yes, Chinyere Kalu from Port Harcourt, you see. So we have people from Port Harcourt, Abuja. I know we have people from Lagos who are here too, right? Quickly, also, last thing before we start, can we just go to the WhatsApp group and just type "we are live" so that other people who are yet to join? Thank you, Otuli from Kaduna. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. So can we just go to the WhatsApp group, just a few people, and just type "we are live," so that those who are not here can also be a part of the session. Right. Thank you very much, Mark. I see that is AI, Mark. Is that AI or something else? I hope I'm I'm not saying something else, but I saw AI, Mark. Right. We are in a technology age, right? All right, welcome everybody. So I'll just go straight to introductions, who we are, what we do. We are the Cohort project, and the Cohort project is powered by the King Leadership Network. The King Leadership Network is an initiative that was created to raise leaders, leaders who are knowledgeable, optimistic, patriotic, and accountable. So that is KOPA. That's what our COPA means. So knowledgeable, optimistic, patriotic, and accountable. Right. So these are people who are trustworthy. These are people who are proficient. These are people who are competent. Right. And these are people who are also committed to nation building. Right. Our entire goal is nation building, but we know that our own strategy is to build a nation. Sorry about the noise. Our strategy is to build the nation by building the individual. Right? That's our process. We build the nation by building the individual, empowering you with the right tools and the right skills so that you are capable to represent yourself, your family, and then even express from you to your nation. And that's the reason why we are doing all of this. There is a bigger goal. There's a bigger goal beyond, just the cybersecurity training, beyond, other tech skills and all of that. There's a bigger goal. It's nation building for us. And so we created the Cohort project, which is an initiative that helps core members transition, from service here into either gainful employment, entrepreneurship, basically making you valuable enough, right, to thrive in today's society. And we are in a tech world, right? And what's better skills to impact you guys with, if not tech skills? And so, thank you for Secure Part, who is making this training possible. Shout out to them; they are really doing a lot, and we really appreciate them. Right. So if we are together, can I know that we are together? You can hear me. Thank you for thumbs up to Kadri from Sokoto. Thank you, Elizabeth from Sokoto. It's good to have you here. Chinyere Kalu, it's good to have you here. Someone is raising their hands. Okay, I think he was trying to just let me know if you can hear me. All right. So like I said, the entire goal of all of this is nation building. And it's beyond just you making money. It's beyond you being empowered, right? After you are empowered, how can you also be a part of the development of your nation and your community, your family, and all of that? So it's beyond the sacrifices we are making. It's beyond just the individual, right? And I know I've said quite a lot of things, and I will be giving the floor, to the Secure Parts team to introduce themselves and how the program would go. Just a brief introduction so that we can all be together to understand, what this cohort and this training is about. But my own major responsibility is to talk about the Cohort project, what we are doing and why we are doing what we are doing. You're welcome, Ali Baba. Right. Like I said, our job is to transition core members from service here into employment, into the value market, into the world of work. I remember when I was during my service here, I think that was like quite 7-8 years ago, right? I was also privileged to be a part of something like this, and it helped for transitioning. Like even before I finished my service here, I was already gainfully employed in multiple places, right? I was making quite a substantial amount of money during my service here, and so it is possible. The question of always asking yourself, after service, what next? After service, what next? There are some people who, even before the midst of service, they already know what they are doing, and so that is possible, right? But it mustn't stop with that. It must flow to your community, flow to your society and people around yourself. And so the more you are empowered, the more you should empower other people. All right, I would be hand calling on the Secure Parts team, the founder of Secure Parts, to just quickly share, introduce himself, and then talk about the cohort. Mr. Victor, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
And thank you to Copper X Project for the warm welcome, Mr. Emmanuel. If you can hear me clearly and you're excited to be here today for the onboarding, please just, use the chat box and type service to tech. Yes, as techies, I believe we are conversant with online meetings. I know some of you are actually somewhere by now as a core member, probably at your is it PPA, yeah, or wherever you are meant to be by this time. So let's just know that you're actively participating. Just type on the chat box service to tech if you can hear me. Okay, I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay, David, that's nice. Thank you, David. Okay, two more, then I will move on. Okay, Carlo, then Ibrahim. Okay, thank you very much. Let me start by congratulating you guys for being here today. Yes, a lot of people actually applied to participate in this cohorts and this project, but just very few of you were selected for this, and I must say you guys are really, really lucky to be part of this project. And cybersecurity, if you've done your little research, you should know that it's an expensive field to actually get the knowledge and necessary skills you actually need to excel in the field. Anything that has to do with cybersecurity is expensive, and if you haven't experienced probably a cyber attack, you must have known someone that have actually experienced that. Cyber attack doesn't mean that it has to be big in a way. Some of you get phishing texts like SMS, those type of SMS that they send to you. Congratulations, you won 1 million naira. Call Mr. this person to claim your money and all that. These are cyber attacks, you understand. Some of you, you've lost your Facebook accounts, your WhatsApp accounts to all these threats actors. Don't mind the terms I'm using for now, but at the end of this cohort, you should be able to understand and speak in cybersecurity terms. So at Secure Parts, we are excited to lead the cybersecurity training part of this journey. And over the next 7 weeks, you will explore the fundamentals of cybersecurity, starting from threat detection and system defense to how AI is transforming this space. So coming to cybersecurity, coming to Secure Parts, we are a cybersecurity consulting agency, registered and based in Texas, in US, even though we operate in Nigeria and globally. We also help organizations and individuals in securing their digital assets, and we train as well. Moving on, you will engage in live Saturday sessions, access pre-recorded lessons during the week, which will be uploading on the pre-recorded sessions, different modules on Mondays and Wednesdays to enable you, move at your own pace, since you guys are also working as a core member. And this also would also enable you to complete real-world assignments in order for you to build your portfolio. So we won't be focusing on the theoretical part of cybersecurity, rather we'll be focusing on the hands-on experience, because we know that we're already in a digital world, and you can actually get knowledge anywhere with the help of AI and Google search. There are a lot of platforms where you can go to get free resources on how to, get the theoretical skills and knowledge you need about cybersecurity. But on this cohort, in this project, we are going to focus on the hands-on experience. And you don't need to have a technical skill before you can actually venture into cybersecurity and get a job in cybersecurity. And the surprising part is that you don't need a degree. Yes, all of you have a degree, but you don't need to have a technical background or a degree to actually go into cybersecurity and succeed in cybersecurity. So to succeed in this project or in this cohort, we expect about 4 to 6 hours of commitment weekly, depending on your speed or your commitment. Our training is hands-on and beginner-friendly, and we designed it to help you walk away with not just knowledge, but practical skills and a certificate that can boost your digital career. And in the process of during the labs, in the process of having your hands-on experience, you'll be able to build your portfolio and your CV as well to help you, navigate through the job market after the cohort for those that would love to search for jobs and the rest. We will be using tools like the Google Classroom for content and tracking, along with tools like Google Meet, which we are here already for our live sessions, and Try Hack Me. Try Hack Me is mainly for cybersecurity education, where you go, there are labs, you run simulations, you see how attacks are being done. We are going to go through all these different tools that you can use for penetration testing, that's for those into ethical hacking. In the process, we'll still get to tell you guys about different niches in cybersecurity, and we'll guide you in order for you to make your choice on the particular niche you would like to venture into in cybersecurity. But after this training, it's expected that you can actually apply for the role of a cybersecurity analyst after this 7 weeks training. So it's going to be intensive and mainly for those that are focused, and if you can multitask, since you guys are serving core members, it's not going to be an easy journey, but I believe with your commitment and resilience, you make it at the end. Lastly, we expect active participation, punctuality in live sessions. This is key, and completion of assignments. Certificates, or rather certification, will only be awarded to those who meet these expectations. That is, participating actively, being punctual to live sessions, which are on Saturdays only by 2 p.m., just 2 hours live session. The reason why we have this live session is just for us to, run live simulations and also ask questions about what we did throughout the week for, since it's a pre-recorded method that we are using for this project. On Saturdays, we'll be having live session where we can invite guests that are experts in the field, where you can, ask them questions, if possible, write to some of them for them to mentor you and guide you on how you can actually succeed even before the end of your service year to land a job or probably start a business in cybersecurity. And even those that have interest in being a content creator and influencer in cybersecurity, yes, they make a lot of money still in niche in cybersecurity. Will still, guide you on how you can actually become successful in that. So you mustn't necessarily need to have a technical skill to make it in cybersecurity. We have GRC, which has to do with governance and regulation. That is more like writing rules, policies for organizations, and they pay you very well. So we are here to support you, and we are rooting for your success. So let's build something powerful together. Let's make Nigeria and Africa great. Because I must tell you, bad threats, or rather bad actors, are actually bringing a bad name to our country, Nigeria. But I'm glad that we are here today, and I believe that in 8 weeks' time, we'll be able to help to, make our country proud and, become good actors that help in protecting businesses and governments. Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chief. That was quite interesting and powerful. Can we give a little appreciation to Mr. Victor? Just your emojis, reactions, and all of that. Thank you very much. That was really good. And you see that the heart behind all of this again is really the commitment to seeing the nation become great. Like we're trying to redefine the narrative and all of that. And it is our responsibility. There's nobody out there that's going to take on the burden of redefining the narrative of who we are as a people and the nation. Right? It starts from the individuals and then it spreads across. But then we can't just be doing it with mouth. We have to do it with skills, with tools, with competence, right? Which is why we have put all of this together. Again, thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Just a little bit of information before we go to the question and answer. If you we encourage that you take advantage of these sessions. Assignments are very important. For every of our cohort we've done, assignments are very important because we are dealing with core members, and for some reason we've worked with core members for quite some time. For some reasons, there is an attitude of being lackadaisical to an extent, right? And I'm trusting that this cohort will not be, as the general, because it's somehow sometimes it's difficult. You have to cajole, persuade, and all of that. We believe that you've come to a point where you understand where you're going, you know what you need to get to where you're going, and if this is not important for you, by all means, you can just give room for another person who this would be very important for, right? We know how much people in tech, right? Thank you. Welcome, Helena. We know how much people in tech are making and all of that. So this particular skill can transform your life and all of that. And so if you know that you're not going to be taking this as serious as you should, by all means, you can just indicate and then give room for another person, right? The completion of an assignment will grant you access to the next, right? The completion of an assignment grants you access to the next. And so you want to, like I said, I think he said 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours in a week. That's probably like maybe 1 hour in a day, to complete the entire thing. And it's something that it's quite easy if you put your mind to, to doing, right? So look out for information on the group. If you have any challenges, do well to just ask on the group, engage with people on the group. And it's also an opportunity to network, right? In my days and in my years in tech, I realized that the people who scale are the people who network, who engage, who solve problems alongside other people. Right? So don't try to just necessarily do it on your own. Engage with people and network. You don't know how that might help you. And like you said, certification is upon completion of the entire modules. So you have to complete everything, right, to be certified, and also to take part of the other things that will come out after the cohort. Lastly, the first week would be for the Cohort project to give you like an introductory session of because we like to start with an introductory session talking about value, competence, CV writing, identity, purpose, and all of that. So we've crafted the first week for that, and then after you've completed that whole module, then we move you to the cybersecurity cohort, right? So you want to make sure, and that's how we know that you'll be quite serious with the content that you're engaging with, right? The goal of this is to help you transition seamlessly. Sometimes people have knowledge and skills, but the ability to craft themselves and present themselves in a way that even the employer can employ you is another thing. Getting the skill is one thing, but positioning yourself in a way that an employer can say this person is valuable and I want to work with this person is another thing. So we'll go through that in the first week, and then from the second week all through to the 8th week would be for your cybersecurity training. Right. At this point, we would be asking questions, we'll be taking questions. Right. If you have questions to ask, areas where you need clarity and all of that, this is the time to do so. So I think you can just raise your hand or something and then we'll call you, or you can type it if you are not somewhere you can speak. right? If you are not somewhere you can speak, you can quickly type it. But if you want to speak, you can just raise your hands and then we'll call on you to speak. As we've said, it's going to be a very impactful session. It's going to be very impactful. I can assure you that, like you said, the moment you are done with this, you can boldly say you are a cybersecurity analyst, and so you can begin to secure jobs, international jobs. You don't have to start from Nigeria. You can start earning in dollars and pounds and all of that. Right? But that's dependent on how serious you take these conversations, right? And the good thing about it is that you're still in your service here, so you still have room, to experiment and all of that. I'm guessing that there are no questions. Everything is clear. If it's clear, and we see a thumbs up, so we know okay, it's clear. Or just write it's clear. Okay. So I think it's clear. Great. So we're on the same page, right? I see that the program manager just joined, OJ. Okay, so someone just raised his hand. Otoli, did you raise your hand or you were saying it's clear?
I'm raising my hand.
Please go ahead.
Okay, my issue is that other must that we have a laptop or a system like computer before we can learn the cyber security.
Okay, I think Mr. Victor can answer that question.
Okay, Isaiah, I believe you filled the form yourself during your application online.
Yes.
Okay, and you indicated that you have a laptop and also you have access to internet, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me answer your question now. Yes, you need a laptop for the labs. You understand? You can't actually use your phone to access some tools like Kali Linux, which is an operating system that hackers use and goes into cybersecurity. Yeah, I believe you know what an operating system is. If you don't, just relax. By the time we start, you get to know all these. So there are some cybersecurity tools which we actually make use of it will actually run on your Android or Mac operating system, or rather iOS, but you won't actually see all the features you need, and it might be slow. It will limit you to certain things you need to use. So you actually need a laptop, you understand, to actually do this and get what you want. But if you don't really want to go deep into the technical part, or probably in terms of let me say risk assessment or vulnerability assessments, you actually need a laptop for that. But if you don't have a laptop, it will be like you are seeing something which you love, you have interest in it, but you can't actually access it. You understand? So you need a computer for this, and it will help prepare you for the job market as well, because not all employers give you computers or laptops. You understand? Some will require you to have a computer, especially for remote jobs. You understand? So it's important we start now in preparing you for the job market. You understand? So you need a computer for you to be able to participate actively and effectively in this cohort.
Okay. It's just that this thing have issue for now, but maybe I will get to it.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, actually. Kind enough to mute, and I hope that the question has been answered. Do we have any other questions from any other person? Can you mute, actually? Thank you. Do you have any other questions from any other person? Hello, Julie.
Yes, I'm coming.
Okay, thank you. All right. Do we have any questions from any other person?
Yes, I'm coming.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Abdul.
Thank you very much, sir. So, firstly, I want to appreciate you. I just pray may God bless you too, because this is an opportunity for us. And I would really appreciate it, sir. So my question is the this cybersecurity. You said the program is for 7 weeks. So my question is, at the end of the 7 months, so as the 7 weeks, hope there won't be any maybe like an advanced one, or we are going to finish the syllabus. We are going to know at least what's supposed to know maybe 90% or 95% of cybersecurity at the end of the program. That is my question, sir.
Okay, so I think I would allow Mr. Victor, but before he goes ahead to answer the question, I think I should just say that we would be um, it would be far fetched to say that you want to learn everything in cybersecurity in 7 weeks, right? Cybersecurity is it's a world of its own, right? It's more like software engineering, right? That's a world of its own. There are, if we are being reasonable, you realize that there are levels too. There's the beginner level, there's the intermediate level, there's the advanced level, and all of that, right? So I don't think it would be realistic to say that everything in cybersecurity will be covered in 7 weeks, right? But I am sure that what Mr. Victor said is that to the degree to which you can become a cybersecurity analyst, that scope, would be covered, right? But I don't think we can say everything in cybersecurity, right? Even myself, I started web designing, software engineering. Until today, I still learn, I still advance myself, right? So it's not like once you've learned it, now that's all. I think that there is still more, that you can learn. But I'll allow Mr. Victor to just speak on it. Mr. Victor.
Okay, yes, you've said it all. So Abdul, the main thing here is that we are starting with the foundational knowledge and skills in cybersecurity. What we are trying to do is to give you that quality foundation and basic knowledge you actually need to push yourself out there for you to excel. Just it's like you taking a basic education, you understand, to go into senior secondary. Then after senior secondary, in senior secondary, you choose if you have to do arts or science. So after your senior secondary, for those that want to move into the higher institution, you can now, decide on a particular course. Let me say engineering. Inside engineering, if you are going for mechanical, when you go into mechanical, probably towards your fourth year, you choose a major. You can go into, let me say, industrial production or automobile, you understand? So cybersecurity is as broad as that. We have various roles, over 50 positions in cybersecurity. But what we are doing actually is to give you the foundational knowledge and skill you need in order to excel in any particular role you choose to, follow, or niche or path you choose to follow in cybersecurity. So I'm just going to mention the topics we have for each week for the modules. The week we are starting, which will be on week 2, we have introduction to cybersecurity and digital landscapes. You get to know all about cybersecurity. You understand the various rules, the career paths, vulnerability, threats, and attacks. Then on the 3rd week, we'll be looking at networking and system fundamentals. I believe not all of you knows what a network is, but since we are all connected to this particular server, that is Copper X server, we all make up a network, you understand? So in week 3, we'll look at network. That is for those that want to go into network security. We still have engineers. We have a lot of roles in networking. Then in week 4, we have cyber threats and attack vectors. So we have threat analysts, that is in cyber security and all that. Well, we are going to touch all these parts, mainly the basic part of it. You understand? We introduce you to all these topics and niches. Then on the 5th week, we'll be looking at cyber defense strategies and tools. So in this 5th week, we'll gradually start moving into the labs, that is the practicals, you understand, where we introduce you to AI tools that can actually help you in, rendering cybersecurity services, because we all know that AI is taking over in most businesses and in the world. So right now in cybersecurity, there are AI models that actually help both beginners and experts in navigating through their roles and job in cybersecurity, making it easy for you. You don't need to start, learning a particular thing in order to solve a problem. Rather, there's an AI or a model that has been trained to do that. So all you have to do is just to give it a prompt and it would do that job for you. Then on the sixth week, we'll be looking at cyber hygiene and personal digital security. This is actually for those that would like to go into content creation. If you want to be training organizations on how they can, stay safe, things they are to do and things not to do. Then on the seventh week, we'll be looking at AI in cybersecurity and emerging trends. You understand? A lot of organizations, especially in Africa, actually making use of AI without knowing the implications. Like you come to your organization and you introduce AI agents, give them free access to sensitive documents, sensitive resources and assets in your company without knowing the implications. Then we look at Internet of Things. I believe you guys know what Internet of Things is. For example, smart homes. For those that that have smart homes, like when you get to your house, the computer or the AI helps you to open your door, on the lights, you understand, all this. So we look at the risks, vulnerabilities, you understand, involved in all these. For those that want to go into cloud security, you also look at that blockchain security as well. Yes, I know a lot of you are into blockchain. For those of you that are programmers here, even those investing in cryptocurrency and the rest, we still look at the security part of it. Then finally, on the 8th week, it's going to be all about final assessments, which will be giving you guys a project to know if you've really learned something, understand. And in that project, you'll be able to upload it to your profile. For those of you that have GitHub profile, you can go to your GitHub, update it there. Those that have LinkedIn, you do that. Your CV. If you don't worry. I believe in the first week, that's the main reason for the orientation, you understand. Yeah, you'll be taught about all the necessary tools you actually need to put yourself out there, like creating a LinkedIn account and how to engage on social media and all that. So you don't have to worry yourself. By the end of this program, you are going to appreciate it. And Abdul, at the end, if you still want to, go further, we introduce you to platforms that you can pay to learn more, you understand. In secure part, we also do that. We train experts, like we help them in upskilling. So at the end of the program, you can't just get everything in a day or in a year, as Mr. Emmanuel said. It's a continuous learning process, you understand. If you want to be outstanding in the field, you need to keep learning every day and on learning certain things. Abdul, I hope you're satisfied with my response.
Yeah, yes, thank you, sir. Well explained. Thank you, sir, so much, sir. I understand this. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I see Mr. Ochuli's hand is still up. Are you asking another question, or it's just the previous from the previous time? Yeah, Mr. Abdul Yassar, do you mind muting? You have been unmuted for a while. Abdul Yassar, I hope I'm getting your name correctly. How many hours of is for live lecture? 2 hours weekly. So every Saturday, it's 2 hours, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays only. So for Saturdays, for the 8 weeks, you would have live sessions every Saturday, 2 hours. And be sure to know that there will be recordings, right? But try as much as possible to be there live so that you can ask questions and engage. Right? So don't just say, I'm going to go and listen to the recordings. We might say that we will not do recordings, right? And sometimes they can be technicalities and all of that. So please, can you still mute Mr. Abdul Yassar? Thank you.
Yes.
So So do well to be a part of the live session so you can ask questions and all that. There are some tools that will be used, and you might assume that you understood what was said until you want to start practicalizing by yourself. Then you realize that you missed one or two things. Right? If there are no more questions, we would be onboarding every single one to the classrooms, and then you are yet to mute, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're yet to mute. I can still hear the sound from your end.
You say it.
Can you mute your mic? Mute your mic.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. So we'll be onboarding everyone to Google Classrooms. Right? How we're going to do that is to send you invites from the email addresses that you sent during your registration. That's the only way that we want to ensure that only those who we selected will be a part of this. Right? So we're going to be inviting you with your email addresses, the ones you've sent. Right? And if you did not use a Google address, if you did not use a Google address, we would please, I have a question. Is there going to be a course outline? Yes. Is there going to be a timetable to follow for today? Yes. All these communications will be sent on the WhatsApp group. So if you did not sign up with a Google Mail, we will be requesting a Google Mail, right? Because we are going to be working with Google Classroom. So all the resources, courses, the videos, and everything would be in Google Classrooms, and so we'll be using Google Mail, right? So if you do not have a Gmail, it's okay to create one. If you did not sign up if you did not register with a Google Mail, we'll be requesting a Google Mail from you. So just be aware of that. And like I said, the first week would be for professional competence, professional development, just a brief, telling you about how to position yourself for the world of work, and all of that. Competence is seen, like we say, in three ways. The first way people see your competence is your appearance, right? The way you present yourself. Mr. Victor was talking about LinkedIn just now. So the way you present yourself is the first way you show competence. Right? Competence is best received when people see you. The second way you show competence is how you communicate. Now, these are things that you must know. It is one thing to get the skill. It's another thing to know how to present yourself. It's another thing to know how to communicate. And then the third way you show competence is actually by doing the work. Right? So your presentation, your appearance, your communication, and then when you do the work. Those are the three ways you show competence, right? And these are the things that we're also going to be covering in the first week, so that you can be prepared before you delve into cyber security. I know we've talked a lot. We want you to, after the call ends, please do well to go to the WhatsApp group. Just type in your name, your location, and just introduce yourself briefly, what you do, who you are, and all of that, so that the engagements can start in the group. As much as possible, we want the group to be engaging. Right, that is the cybersecurity cohort, not the general group. I know that there is a general group for other core members to engage in. We're talking about the cybersecurity group, right? Just do well to go there. It has been open to everybody now to comment. Just type in your name, introduce yourself. If you're excited to be here, you can do well to say that too, and all of that. I think that will be all for this meeting. I encourage you to participate again. I encourage you to participate. The difference between two people, any two people, is the degree of knowledge they have and they have applied. Right? This tool and this skill can just be the reason why there will be a shift in your life and in your world. And I want to congratulate you ahead of time and thank Mr. Victor for bringing us, making this possible. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Can we put a round of applause, give a round of applause for Mr. Victor and the Copper X team? Right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless your heart. And then we'll see you and continue the conversations on the WhatsApp group. Right.